All right, another government shutdown is pending. Let's check it out. All right, welcome to Rob Schmitt Tonight. We come in with breaking news and a live look at the Senate floor, where the votes are happening right now, and a continuing resolution vote, something to just keep the government open for a short period of time so they can continue negotiating, has just failed in the Senate. You can see the numbers there, and they need 60 to get it across, and they already have 43 nays. So that is not going to do it. And that, from what we understand, and, you know, we're trying to understand this just like everybody else, that should pretty much seal the deal potentially on a government shutdown coming at midnight. That's what we're kind of hearing. I guess there's time to save it still. There's still 5 hours to go, but this was definitely what we assumed to be maybe the dagger in all of this, the CR failing right here. So we'll follow that. We might hear some speaking here at some point. Maybe Leader Thune is going to get up there and say something. We're not sure. Anything that happens, of course, you'll have it right here on this live show. All right, as the White House and Republicans are effectively outright refusing the ridiculous demands of Democrats to keep our bloated government open, that's where we are tonight. The Democrats are asking for the moon, and they're being ridiculous about it, and the Republicans are just saying we're not going to do that. So the government might have to shut down. The negotiations do continue. Here was the president late this afternoon.
The Democrats want to shut it down, so when you shut it down, you have to do layoffs. So we'd be laying off a lot of people that are going to be very affected, and the Democrats, they're going to be Democrats. As you know, this country, no country can afford to pay for illegal immigration, health care for everybody that comes into the country, and that's what they're insisting. And obviously, I have an obligation to not accept that. That would affect everybody. A lot of good can come down from shutdowns. We can get rid of a lot of things that we didn't want, and they'd be Democrat things, but they want open borders. They want men playing in women's sports. They want transgender for everybody. They never stop. They don't learn. We won an election in a landslide.
So there you have it. The president late this afternoon. Democrats remain completely untethered to reality and to even their own constituents, oblivious to the mandate of the last election. They're pushing for what? Insurance, free health care for all illegals in the country. No concern whatsoever about the very broad fears of where the country is heading, with nearly $40 trillion in debt and that number growing rapidly. They don't want to cut anything. The demands that they have are hysterical. Restoring Obamacare subsidies, including eligibility for Obamacare at 4x the poverty level. So that number multiplied by 4 and you still get the subsidized health care of Obamacare. Undoing Medicaid cuts, meaning our millions of illegals, and including the 15 million that Joe Biden invited in to swarm this country, will once again be covered medically by you, by your paycheck. Millions and millions and millions of people. Funding back to PBS and NPR, they're also demanding, and the restoration of all that corrupted foreign aid money, U.S. aid. So trans surgeries in Uganda and all the other fun ideas that were cut as we watched Doge and Elon Musk slice away. They want all of that to be put back in. It is not a serious political party, and Trump is treating them as such, not serious people. Check out this fantastic AI meme video that the president posted, which has all of them so furious.
Look, guys, there's no way to sugarcoat it. Nobody likes Democrats anymore. We have no voters left because of all of our woke trans bull. Not even black people want to vote for us anymore. Even Latinos hate us. So we need new voters. And if we give all these illegal aliens free health care, we might be able to get them on our side so they can vote for us. They can't even speak English, so they won't realize we're just a bunch of woke pieces of you know, at least for a while until they learn English and they realize they hate us too.
Definitely my kind of humor. Watched it a few times today. Thought it was hilarious. Like everything else, though, it's been labeled as racist by Democrats. Specifically this part. Hakeem with the mustache and the hat on. It's funny. Hakeem is actually loving the attention, although he's pretending to be mad. He couldn't wait to jump on television multiple times since this was posted on Trump's social media and play the victim. Here he is.
It's a disgusting video, and we're going to continue to make clear bigotry will get you nowhere. We are fighting to protect the health care of the American people. The next time you have something to say about me, don't cop out through a racist and fake AI video. When I'm back in the Oval Office, say it to my face.
Hakeem, the president is not afraid to say anything to your face. We've watched him for the last 10 years say just about anything he wants right to the faces of multiple people. There have been so many moments where you've sat there watching the president and you go, oh my God, is he really saying that to these people? Trust us when we tell you, Hakeem, that he is not worried about saying that directly to your face. It's just funnier to post that video on social media, and it got the point across perfectly. And there's nothing racist at all about that video. We all know that. You watch it. It's not racist. It's just a hilarious way of pointing out this grift that has captured this ridiculous political party, which is what they're doing with illegal immigration and bringing all these people into this country and now trying to pander them as hard as they can so they can get them voting at some point here if they don't all get deported. Outright demanding that our health care system, which is already costing everybody a fortune, cover the medical needs of the millions and millions of illegal aliens that Joe Biden just invited to invade our country? Do they think that's sound politics? These people are insane. And that meme video is a reminder of how insane they are and where their priorities are and just how ridiculous this country has become as Democrats have become completely beholden to their radical left flank. It is an insane political party. Earlier today, Congressman Glenn Ivey from Maryland declared that nobody really cares that Democrats are demanding that we spend hundreds of billions more dollars for illegal immigrant health care.
They'll start talking about, illegals. Sooner or later, they'll probably go after transgender too. But at the end of the day, when those notices show up at those people's houses that their health care rates are about to triple, they're not going to care about all of that stuff. They're going to want to know how they can make sure they can maintain health care services for themselves and their families.
Okay, so try to follow the logic here of this brilliant mind. Americans want to make sure they can afford health care, but at the same time, they don't care if hundreds of billions and eventually trillions of their tax dollars go to paying for health care for illegal immigrants. So it's okay to dump trillions out on illegal immigrants as long as health care remains affordable for them. Does he not understand that this is the same thing? Fascinating intellect there from the congressman from Maryland. Senator John Kennedy joins us now. And sir, good to have you back on. Where are we at tonight?
Well, we just took our last vote of the day. There will be a shutdown. Everything happens for a reason, but sometimes the reason is you're stupid and you made a bad decision. And my Democratic colleagues have made a very, very bad decision here. I knew they were going to do this 2 weeks ago when they listed their demands. They're demanding, for example, that we not check people on Medicaid for eligibility by income. Just let anybody sign up who wants to sign up. They're demanding that we give free health care to foreign nationals who are in our country illegally. They're demanding that taxpayers pay for sex change operations. If you list all of their demands and add them up, it's between 1.2 and 1.5 trillion dollars. Now, they know it's an unserious proposal. They know we're not going to accept it. That tells me that this decision to shut down government is not based on policy, Rob, it's based on politics. And here's the politics. The loon wing, the socialist wing of the Democratic Party, does not like Senator Schumer. And he wants them to like him. He wants them to love him. They have asked that government be shut down, and Senator Schumer has agreed. But once you shut down government, you've got to figure out how to get it back open. A wise person once said, if you pray for rain, you got to be prepared to deal with the mud. And I don't know how they're going to deal with the mud, because we will never, ever agree to this list of demands. So I guess we'll just stay shut down in perpetuity.
That's your side, and that's the Republican side. That makes sense to me. I've seen their list of demands. This is how they're telling the story on their side. I want to play that and get your reaction to it.
The president has sadly made his position clear. He would rather shut down the government than work with congressional Democrats to address this skyrocketing health care cost crisis.
It's really up to the Republicans. Will they really choose to shut down the United States government just to indulge their bizarre fascination with taking health care away from Americans? Aren't we better than that?
Just get your reaction to how they're trying to spin this to the American people.
What Americans have lost their health care? None. I mean, it's all make-believe. It's all play acting.
Yeah.
We reformed the Medicaid in our One Big Beautiful Bill.
Yeah.
We're enforcing the provisions with respect to Medicaid, and they want us to rescind that and to just allow anyone who wants Medicaid to walk in and say, I qualify, give me free health care. That's what they're asking us to do.
Senator,
and that's not going to happen in your or my natural lifetime.
I got to cut it there because Leader Thune is actually speaking right now to that. And Senator Kennedy, thank you. Let's listen in.
Nonpartisan funding bill that's in front of us. And I really hope, that some of them will join us to reopen the government, resume bipartisan appropriations work, and get back to the business of the American people. And I think that's evidenced by the American people would like to have us do. Great irony in this discussion tonight that the Democrat leader was characterizing the New York Times as a biased poll, but I think it's where the majority of the American people are. They don't want all the sideshows. They don't want hostage taking. They want their elected representatives to.
All right, so that's the Senate Majority Leader right there, John Thune, talking about that New York Times poll that we saw come out today that reveals that the Democrats did not sell this to their constituents very well at all. Polling at the New York Times shows that most Democrats do not think that this list of reasons about health care and all this they're trying to stir up is a good enough reason to shut down the government. So it's been just an all-around failure for the Democrat Party in trying to pull this whole scam that, the Republicans and health care and this whole narrative they've tried to create here has really failed. Thune talking about that. And as Senator Kennedy told us, it looks like we're going into a government shutdown here at midnight, which the president says is, kind of a mixed bag. Comes with some nice things, especially if you want to make government smaller and you want to cut it. This is a really good way to do it. And obviously with DOJ and all that's very popular with Republicans. So Democrats wanted to throw us into a shutdown. They're going to get what they want. I don't know if they're going to want it when they get it. We'll leave that there for now. Come back to it as we see warranted. But let's move on here for a second because we actually had a really incredible moment, an announcement today from the White House. The cost of prescription drugs in this country is truly about to plummet. And this was amazing what we saw today, and that's not just hyperbole. Trump and his health cabinet hosting Pfizer's CEO, and after a lot of work on that CEO and that company, which produces a lot of the drugs that you use and that we need, the pharmaceutical giant is going to drastically lower the cost of many of the popular drugs. And we'll see where that goes from here to other manufacturers as well, Lilly, everyone else. As the cabinet has exposed just how badly the U.S. is treated on pharmaceuticals, how much we subsidize pharmaceuticals in other countries by paying the high costs that we pay here. The president hates this kind of stuff. And he made it clear today that that's how this was the impetus of all this. Here was the president and the health secretary Kennedy earlier today. Take a listen.
Pfizer is agreeing to provide some of their most popular current medications to all consumers at heavily discounted prices of anywhere between 50 and even 100%, and that's off the price. And in some cases, even more than that. These drugs will be available for direct purchase online at a website operated by the federal.
This is something Democrats have wanted for 20 years. Republicans have wanted for 20 years. Everybody said they're going to do it. Nobody has even taken a step towards doing it. And the reason was because it was such a daunting task. Why are we spending more on this country than any other country? Why are we spending 75% of the revenues that come to the pharmaceutical industry? We're doing all the research, and everybody else is riding on our slipstream.
Well put. Dr. Marty Makary is the FDA commissioner and joins us tonight. And sir, good to have you back on. What exactly is changing? To tell us the success of what we've just done here.
Well, Rob, this is a historic day in America. This is going to mean lower drug prices immediately for everyday Americans. It's also going to mean lower health care costs because the fastest area of growth of health care is drug prices. We're not talking about a task force or a panel or a conference. Today, the company Pfizer announced that they're going to reduce the price of drugs by 50 to 85%, and they're going to do it immediately. And the reason they're doing it is because the president is trying to end the great American ripoff, which is that we don't have the best prices, we've had the worst prices. We're the largest purchasers of drugs, and the president has demanded that we have the best price of any wealthy developed country, and that's what we're going to see.
Are these, and do we know any of the drugs that are, that we're going to see the effect on? I mean, are they very commonly used drugs? Are they drugs that the elderly need? Are they required and very necessary?
Yeah, these are specialty drugs. They're the super expensive ones, the ones where families get put into financial ruin, where you see GoFundMe campaigns and tin offering plates passed around from pew to pew, and families going bankrupt just because somebody got sick. These are critical drugs that are massively expensive, and the tragedy has been that the U.S. has been the sole funder of research and development for many large pharmaceutical companies. Now, all large, wealthy nations in the world are going to pay their fair share, and we're going to get the best price. And it's not just Pfizer. You're going to see a string of major pharmaceutical companies coming out with similar announcements.
They're going to have to all fall in place, right? It can't just be one. Yeah. So this will be a broad spectrum of drugs across the whole country that we use that the prices are going to plummet. That's going to have so many different, as you said, that's going to change the way Medicare, Medicaid, all that's the cost of everything comes down with that. That's amazing. And I want to talk the Pfizer CEO. They're going to move because I know they have. I think they make a lot of their drugs in like Ireland. They're going to start moving that production back to the United States as well.
You know, the president has asked all pharmaceutical companies to move manufacturing to the United States. People said it could never happen. We're seeing company after company make this announcement. It's a national security issue. Yeah. We should never get burned shopping for drugs in China like we did in the beginning of COVID. So it's an exciting time, and I think you're going to see a real difference in terms of the price of health insurance and the price of pharmaceuticals very soon.
Wow. And expectations are we'll hear from other companies in the near term? Yeah.
Look, they see the writing on the wall. They saw the threat of tariffs. They saw the fact that this makes no sense. They're watching other countries laugh at us. Other presidents have watched other countries laugh at us. They've done nothing. This was an endeavor, and Trump won, and they almost got it done, except COVID hit. So now the president's wasting no time, and if there's one thing I've learned about him, he wants to go big, go bold, do what's right, and protect everyday American consumers. And this is just an example of how he works.
Yeah, it must be such a cool thing for you to be a part of this entire health agency inside this White House and inside this government right now, because it's changing so fast and it's changing for the better so fast. We appreciate you coming on, the FDA Commissioner, Dr. Marty Makary. Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot.
All right, a perfect storm of wokeness catapulted this illegal alien to superintendent. It is one of the wildest stories, and we lay it all out next.
Federal agencies urge every family to have an emergency radio. During any disaster, electrical power may get cut. The emergency radio gives you the vital information you need. Newsmax wants you to have the Dynamo Emergency Band Radio. It doesn't need batteries and works in any emergencies. It retails for $30. You can get it with the free offer. Call or go online and get the emergency radio today. Your life may depend on it.
Oh, why leaf filter? It's well designed, efficient. I appreciate that.
Leaf filter's technology keeps debris out of your gutters for good. Guaranteed.
What more could you ask for?
Call 833-LEAF-FILTER today or visit leaffilter.com.
Vehicle breakdowns are costly, but with Endurance, you could never pay out of pocket for a costly repair again.
They covered a $14,000 engine replacement.
Call right now to get $300 off any plan. Call now.
I'm Elmer Heinrich, at 91 years of age with my wife Shirley, who is 82. Now both of us are still cutting a wide swath in life, all because of Immuno 150. Now neither of us have any kind of sickness, and we're as flexible as we were 30 years ago, and we still do the physical things we did 30 years ago. Now we are asking you to use Immuno 150 like we do. Give it a chance for at least 90 days so that you can see what 70 plant minerals and 80 additional nutrients can do for you. You won't believe it. Immuno 150 is an awesome nutritional supplement. There's nothing like it.
Yes, it really is incredible.
Yeah, try it. You will be surprised. Order online or call the number listed on the screen, but don't place your order until after you've watched the 2 videos on our website. Thank you from both of us, and God bless.
He's breathing. Okay, we're good.
Children account for 75% of choking deaths.
That's why I recommend everyone have a life vac in your home, car, or business.
The life vac is simple to use. Just place, push, and pull.
Its suction removes an obstruction out of the airway quickly, saving a life.
If you use your life vac for an emergency, we'll replace it for free. Order now.
Go to lifevac.net or call 877-543-3822.
Ransomware scares me.
Cyberman to the rescue. PCmatic blocks the ransomware that hijacks your computer and your data, then demands a ransom.
Hackers are terrifying.
Hackers are always spying on your computer. PCmatic's VPN stops hacking.
My computer is slow.
PCmatic makes your computer faster. PCmatic is made in America and protects homes, businesses, and governments.
Thank you, Cyberman. Go to PCmatic.com.
My name is Ian Roberts, and I'm the superintendent of Des Moines Public Schools. Before I became an educator, I was a world-class athlete. We have a plan to reimagine education here for the future in Des Moines, so that every single student will not only be able to run the race, but they will get to the finish line.
So this is a heck of a story here. It is kind of the perfect storm of wokeness. It appears that the white liberals running Des Moines Public Schools absolutely could not wait to catapult an illegal immigrant to the very top of that school district. And it seems like his whole story may all just be an illusion. Ian Roberts has been making $300,000 a year as a superintendent of schools in Des Moines. It's a big job. Only for the board to find out recently that the man is not even a citizen. On Friday, the 54-year-old illegal from Guyana ran from ICE agents as they tried to arrest him. ICE seized a gun, knife, and $3 grand in cash inside of his school vehicle. Roberts overstayed his 1999 student visa and worked in our public school systems for years after that. He votes as well. They told us the illegals don't vote. This one does. Votes Democrat in Maryland, no surprise, and got the big job in Des Moines 2 years ago. All of this as an illegal alien. He's actually pretty impressive. I mean, I'm impressed. And he did all this as an illegal alien with multiple gun charges, too. A total humiliation, though, for the district, which claims they had no idea that he wasn't a citizen, and now they're fighting off allegations that his whole resume might have been manufactured. Roberts made people call himself Dr. Ian Roberts, touting a doctorate degree in urban educational leadership from Morgan State University in Baltimore that he never completed. Roberts also touted attending Harvard, Georgetown, and MIT. We contacted all three. Only one, MIT, telling Newsmax today they have no record of his attendance. The Des Moines School Board voted 6-0 last night to put Roberts on unpaid leave, and then he resigned earlier today. And you can kind of see how all of this happens. You're in a city like Des Moines where everybody's white. You got all these liberals, and it's 90% white in Iowa. And you see this guy, wow, he doesn't look like us. He's so interesting. And you just throw him to the top. The board chair of Michelle Obama's former chief of staff, Jackie Norris, hoping to be Iowa's next senator, was a big part of the problem here, saying this.
He sparked a joy in our kids and an excitement in our kids. And I think it probably over time is probably heartbreaking if it turns out that his citizenship status is in question.
Okay. Earlier, students walked out of class to protest their superintendent getting arrested as an illegal alien with likely a fake resume. Obviously, this was motivated by their left-wing teachers. Maybe they got extra credit for it. Time magazine writing, ICE arrested a beloved school superintendent, the community rallying, of course. Congresswoman AshleyHinson is a Republican running for Senate in Iowa, and she joins us tonight along with MercedesSchlapp. Ladies, good to see you both. Mercy, I want to start with you. Imagine how excited the liberals were in Iowa to have this diversity and how fast they just wanted to shove that diversity to the top of that school system. I can kind of see how this happened.
Well, the Democrats have the Maryland man, and now they have the Iowa man, apparently. Yeah. Look, when you're seeing the facts that he was an active fugitive, he didn't even show up to his hearing, so he was violating the immigration law, not showing up to his immigration hearing. And then on top of that, they catch him with a loaded gun, a hunting knife, and $3,000 in cash. This is very alarming. This is a person who is in charge of the public school system, running the public school system in Des Moines, Iowa. And there you have literally a criminal on the run from the ICE agents who it's coming across that he has lied what has been his achievements, his record. Yeah. And so I think a Des Moines parent should be absolutely appalled by what we've discovered so far. Yeah, he likes guns. He's had a number of run-ins with guns, and even with that, he's managed to get to the top of Iowa's or Des Moines' public school system. Ashley, Congresswoman, Michelle Obama's chief of staff, running for the same Senate seat that you are, actively trying to fundraise off of this disaster that she was a part of. Take a listen to this.
Some of you know I have been busy dealing with an extremely serious situation in my volunteer role as chair of the Des Moines School Board. As a result, I have not had any time to focus on politics or fundraising, and we have a big fundraising deadline. I would love to ask if you have it in your heart, if you've thought about donating and haven't, if you've donated, maybe you can donate a little bit more, but I would appreciate your investment in me.
Investment in her. Congresswoman, your response.
It is laughable that she thinks she has any shred of credibility left after this totally epic disaster. I mean, this story to me as a mom to school-age kids is absolutely sickening. You have a total con man, illegal immigrant with these weapons charges who was elevated to the top of the school district. And this was her leadership on the Des Moines Public School Board. So again, I think she's woefully unqualified to be a U.S. senator, and this just proves it. It's thanks to President Trump's leadership and ICE doing their job that this dangerous con man is finally out of this position of leadership and being sent back where he belongs.
Mercy, crazy to see somebody trying to fundraise off of such a stupid thing. Such a boneheaded moment, right?
Sounds like desperation to me coming from the Democrats. But I will say, let me tell you something. The school board, and she's a volunteer on the school board, they have to answer to the Des Moines parents. This is outrageous that they didn't go back to the vetting process. How did he get that position in the first place? I mean, that is a vetting failure in and of itself, unless they intentionally wanted an illegal alien in that job.
Yeah. Congresswoman, this race you're in, tell us where you're at in the process of being the next senator in this election in Iowa.
Well, I think after this whole fiasco, I think 1 down, 4 more to go. We have 5 Democrats running in this race, and all of them seem to be bending over backwards to defend illegal immigrants over Iowans and everyday Americans. And I think that's really what is going to be at the crux of not only my race, but many across the country. We're continuing to see that rhetoric out of our colleagues on the left. And so I think this is a prime example of where that leadership has failed. It's failed school-age kids. It's failed parents. It's failed everyday voters, everyday taxpayers, right? they'd rather see those government-funded benefits going to illegals. They'd rather see wokeness lead over merit, right? Which is what I think at the end of the day we want to see in our leadership, whether it's at our schools or in government or in the military, right? So I think I have a really good shot at being that common sense Iowa mom running here to be the next U.S. Senator. And I'm excited about it because I'm going to get to continue to work alongside the president to do exactly what Americans sent us there to do, which is to clean up this giant mess.
Yeah, no kidding. Congresswoman, thank you so much. Mercedes, good to see you. Thank you, ladies.
Great to see you. Thanks, Rob.
A body slam against wokeness today from our Secretary of War.
It's tiring to look out at combat formations, or really any formation, and see fat troops.
The buy one, get one free sale is happening right now at Cabinets to Go. Come in today and choose from a huge selection of popular color and style combinations that are sure to wow. And here's the best part. Our expert designers will help you get started with a free 3D design. It's never been easier or more affordable to bring your dream kitchen to life. Visit CabinetsToGo.com to find a store near you and come in today for big savings during our buy one, get one free sale. Cabinets to Go, designed to wow.
Life moves fast. What if there was a fun way to stay balanced, calm, and focused in the middle of it all? Introducing the Gibbon Slackboard, the world's first slackline-based balance board. The Slackboard helps kids develop better coordination and makes it fun to get active.
Sometimes we pretend that we're surfing on it. I like to play games and have like challenges with the family. It's hard, but it's really, really fun.
The Gibbon Slackboard is the perfect tool for improving balance, building strength, and finding your center. Improving your balance can help you focus, resulting in more productivity and better results. Falls are the #1 cause of injury for older adults. Balance training is an excellent way to reduce your risk of falling.
I really feel that the Slackboard is going to help improve my quality of life and just get a better balance under me to avoid any injuries that can happen as you get older.
Everyone wants an edge when it comes to performance. Improving your balance improves almost everything you do. Training on the Gibbon Slackboard can give you the physical and mental advantages you need to achieve your goals.
I've had knee injuries and ankle injuries from playing basketball. Well, I use the board about twice per week, maybe 5 to 10 minutes tops. It really stabilizes all the joints, ligaments, and tendons that I have surrounding those parts of my body.
The Gibbon Slackboard comes ready to use out of the box. It goes where you go, so you can use it anytime on any floor. You can start right away with simple videos on the free Gibbon app. The Slackboard is the fun and effective way to bring better balance into your life, no matter your age, fitness level, or goals. Take the first step on your balance journey by going to gibbon-usa.com. Own your balance with the Gibbon Slackboard.
It's everything. Feeling good? Feeling good is everything. I take Balance of Nature, have been for a couple of years. I love it. I'm so happy with it. It is that good.
Get 35% off your first set as a preferred customer with free shipping and our money-back guarantee. Claim this offer by using discount code Newsmax.
Open the door and come inside.
We're home.
31 Nights of Halloween comes alive.
Now the real monster fun begins.
You like it? 31 Nights of Halloween. Watch all October on Freeform.
I don't want my son serving alongside troops who are out of shape, or in combat unit with females who can't meet the same combat arms physical standards as men. Every designated combat arms position returns to the highest male standard only. Because this job is life or death. It's tiring to look out at combat formations, or really any formation, and see fat troops. Likewise, it's completely unacceptable to see fat generals and admirals in the halls of the Pentagon.
So this is, I would say, the opposite, if you ask for a definition, the opposite of political correctness. You had to have people that were totally unfit to be doing what you're doing. Now, it's all based on merit.
Isn't that nice to hear? The President, the Secretary of War, bringing common sense back to America's military. Speaking to the top military brass at Quantico earlier, no more woke standards. physical fitness tests based on male level standards once again. You got to be able to do this much. You got to be able to climb that wall. You got to be able to pull yourself up over that thing. Otherwise, we put you out in combat and you're going to get killed because we wanted to be nice. It's life or death. It doesn't work that way. And of course, the media hates this. CNN, Hegseth pushes to remake the military in his preferred image. That's not his preferred image. That's reality. That's not lunacy that we've had for the last 5 years. The talking heads upset about this. None of them can do many push-ups. Here's how they sound.
I have yet to find a single military official who was in the audience today who thought that this was a good presentation.
I'm actually really befuddled by why he did that. The optics were terrible.
There were just so many false claims.
All right, so there you have it. BradGeary is a former Navy SEAL commander who spent years training SEALs. He knows what it takes to be out there in the thick of it, and he joins us now. And sir, it's good to have you on. Your thoughts on what we heard today? I really thought it was maybe Hegseth's best moment so far, where he really came into the role.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me on tonight. Could not agree with you more. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. It was needed. It was refreshing. And I'm shocked to hear that it didn't resonate with the audience, because I guarantee you it resonated with the troops. His main points of restoring a ruthless adherence to standards, gender-neutral standards, which are dictated by combat requirements downrange. That is an absolute unbending principle the Department of War should adhere to. We used to say, while building our SEAL and SWIT candidates, the cold Pacific Ocean doesn't care what color you are, what religion you have, or what sex you are. She dishes out equal suffering to all, as will we. Also, his return to meritocracy-based system, entirely refreshing. And of course, his unbending focus on lethality and reducing things that compete. I love how he said, I am liberating our leaders to be apolitical, to return the military to what it should be, a political organization focused solely on warfighting. It was absolutely fantastic. And as a man of faith, I also had to smile at his closing with the commander's prayer, or a line from it. Yeah. I thought he knocked it out of the park tonight. It was absolutely brilliant.
I'm going to ask you, I guess it's a controversial question. I don't mean it to be, and I mean it just to be what's best for fighting and what's best to keep people safe. But do you think that women should be in combat roles? Should women be on the front lines in a war zone fighting?
It's a great question, Rob. I would say 100% they need to be. Those that want to be, those that have that desire, that have that aptitude, should 100% be included if they meet the standard, the unbending standard of combat requirements. I have seen downrange where women do things that men can't do. We complement each other. This focus on equity has been short-sighted for sure. We are complementary sexes. There are things women do that men can't, and vice versa. We should capitalize on each other's strengths to cover each other's weaknesses. And I saw time after time after time. We had a longer period of time here tonight. I would share some of those with you, but they're absolutely value added to us downrange, as long as we don't bend the standard to get them there. 100%.
As long as we don't bend the standard to do it. And that's exactly the point, I was trying to make. Former Navy SEAL Commander BradGeary, thanks so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Rob.
All right, the National Guard set to clean up some of the most dangerous parts of Louisiana. That's next.
The poverty is unimaginable. There are people who are struggling.
This is where she washes the dishes.
If you're ever going to allow your Christian faith to rise and to do something for God's chosen people, now is the time.
This is the home of Galena. She's 96 years old.
This is what she had to eat for today.
She has one pot with water and wheat.
My father was killed by the Nazis, and I was an orphan. I didn't know about God. But now, in the cold, hungry nights, I pray for food to the God I've never known. There are good people that love you.
You see the tears. Scripture says joy can come in the morning, and you can be the reason.
If you will bless these hurting children of Israel, you will receive God's blessing in return. Your urgent gift today of $25 will help rush a survival food box filled with life-saving essentials. If you call right now, your gift's impact will be doubled to help save lives. Call, scan, or go online now.
I'm not exaggerating when I tell you, I don't know how much longer she could have waited for us to come.
I can't even grow my food anymore. What will happen to me? I'm doomed to starve.
Tens of thousands of elderly Holocaust survivors in the former Soviet Union are living in extreme poverty, hungry, and forgotten. But through the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews, we can bring them hope.
Eggs. It's my favorite food. May you be blessed.
You say to them, we see you and we're here to help.
If you call right now, your gift's impact will be doubled to help save lives.
Hi there, I'm Dean Heskin, President and CEO of Swiss America. Do you know which investment has outperformed almost every other asset class since the beginning of last year? And that Goldman Sachs research is now forecasting to reach further heights. That's right, it's gold. Central banks around the world continue to buy gold at record levels due to economic turmoil, foreign conflicts, and a weakening U.S. economy plagued by debt. If you're concerned how to protect yourself as our financial system weakens, our team at Swiss America has a solution. For over 40 years, we've helped people just like you purchase precious metals for home delivery and for your IRAs. Don't miss out before this next big price jump. Call or text Swiss America at the number on your screen to receive your free portfolio review and a copy of The Timeless Truth About Gold and Silver. Let us show you how easy it is to safeguard your money. Call or text Swiss America today.
Just because we're not living doesn't mean we don't enjoy a good living room.
And Michael's Halloween decor really knocks him undead.
Anyone with brains knows that.
Brains. Her laugh is infectious. And so is her bite.
Welcome back. While blue states are forcefully rejecting federal troops as the president tries to end the crime carnage that we see in so many inner cities and so many black neighborhoods in this country, Louisiana's governor, a red state, Jeff Landry, has requested as many as 1,000 troops from the National Guard to be mobilized in his state to combat crime in places like Baton Rouge, Shreveport, and especially in New Orleans. This is the tough love that is going to save dozens of lives every single week. Trump reminding the country just how fast this worked in Washington, D.C.
Washington, D.C. is an unbelievable example of what can happen. But if you look at what's happened in Washington, D.C. right now, it is such a pleasure. I just drove through it, and it's clean and nice and beautiful, and people are walking around, and they're not afraid of being mugged. We haven't had murders. We haven't had anything happen in a long time. It took us 12 days to make it very good. It took us 20 days to make it beautiful.
It is a hell of a story. Trump plans to send the National Guard. His next 3 targets, Memphis, Chicago, and Portland. Portland, the newest city to catch Trump's attention after all the chaos they've seen outside these ICE facilities. And that part of the world, the upper, the Northwest, it's like this all the time. It seems like in big cities. There's just so much of that those Antifa cells. Oregon suing to keep the deployment out because they like the chaos. JasonRantz from that neck of the woods, podcast host, author of What's Killing America. LarryElder is a nationally syndicated talk radio host as well. And good to see you both. Larry, it's nice to see Louisiana saying, come in. We know we have this problem. It's a red state. We know we have these cities that are crime-ridden. Clean them up.
Well, that's right. Unlike California, where I am, unlike Illinois, where the governors did not want the National Guard to come in, this governor of Louisiana is requesting it. Why? Because while Chicago has the black eye for being the murder capital of the world in terms of absolute numbers, New Orleans, in terms of per capita homicide, is far more dangerous than Chicago, and there are other cities that are as well. Right. The number one responsibility of government is to protect people and property, and a disproportionately large number of people who are harmed, killed, are the very black and brown people that Democrats purport to care about.
Yeah, that's so true. Jason, you're from the Northwest. It's a different problem. It's inner city crime, and in most of these cities where you are, it's these Antifa cells, of which there seem to be many, right?
Yeah, the Pacific Northwest is a hotbed for Antifa violence. And what we've seen both in Seattle and Portland and across the Pacific Northwest is just that. You've got younger folks, oftentimes they come from privileged backgrounds, who show up because they know that there's not going to be any meaningful enforcement to stop them from their criminal behavior. It has been emboldened over the course of the last several years. We saw it, obviously, the height of all of this was during the BLM riots, right? This started in 2020.
Ooh. 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 Jason, I've never seen anybody freeze that fast. That was a quick one. Larry, we still got you, though, I believe. We just lost JasonRantz somehow. But obviously, I think it's wonderful to see this desire to clean up these cities coming from a governor, because if it's just that fast to fix this problem, why in the world would you not allow federal troops to come in cities and inner cities where these, as we say, dead black kids are piling up on the streets? Why wouldn't you want to fix that? I want to switch gears for a second, and I want to show you this because this went extremely viral. This is Don Lemon, who's really he's getting a little crazy over there, Don. After he left CNN, he's getting a little wild, really coming hard at us white guys. Take a listen to this.
White men, something is broken. Something is cracked deep inside when so many of you believe the answer to fear, to loss, to change is violence. Wake up, white men. What the is wrong with you? But you're too dumb to even realize that because you're lazy and sitting in front of a computer or a phone and you're just eating it up. I want to grow up in the country that my great-grandfather grew up in. That country doesn't exist anymore.
Larry, what do you make of that rant?
Does this exclude the white man to whom he's married? Just asking. Look, if anybody on our side said anything like that about black people, who are, frankly, in terms of crime stats, more violent than white men are, black men are, far more. The number one cause of death, preventable death for a young white man is drug overdoses, accidents. Number one cause of preventable death for a young black man is homicide, almost always at the hands of another young black man. So what he said is factually untrue. It's also racist. And again, can you imagine what would happen if anybody on our side said that about black people? Black people, wake up, you're violent. It's one of the reasons why Don Lemon lost his job at CNN. He's one of the dumbest public figures in American life. As Donald Trump would say, kind of a low IQ guy. I don't know.
I think so. Luckily, I don't care that when people are racist toward white people, I just kind of laugh. I couldn't care less. But when Don goes on these rants, and he's just getting further and further into the fringes, the longer he goes on this failing show that he has. I don't know where it even is, but nobody's watching it. Larry, good to see you. Thanks so much. Brilliant way to clean up the once beautiful state of California. Send the thousands of homeless that have all flocked there back home. The once beautiful California cities are now riddled with despair and with filth. We've seen this, outrageously empathetic politicians allowing people that they pity to live and die on their streets. The Santa Monica Coalition is trying to put an end to this through a targeted and voluntary family reunification program. They're offering flights or bus fares back home, and John Alle is the co-founder of Safe Cities Santa Monica Coalition and joins us now. And John, thanks for coming on. Tell us about what inspired you to make this move. I used to live in California. I've watched how it's gotten a lot worse in the last 10 or 15 years. Go ahead.
Rob, our Santa Monica Safe Cities doing this because we believe family and faith come before housing. The housing first. We partnered with Fast Response AI, and we can intake now 500 people per month. And in a short time, we're assisting more people than the city of LA or the city of Santa Monica venues for the World Cup next year and the Olympics in 2028 have in the last 10 years on a proportionate basis.
Yeah. Are the people that you get to, do they want to go home? I thought that a lot of people went to California because they wanted to be in warm weather if they're going to live on the street.
They're finding that it's unsafe. They're being robbed. They're being human trafficked. And they want to go home. They feel it's unsafe. Our requirement is that it's voluntary. They have no warrants out for their arrest. And that there's a willing parent, brother, sister, or family member on the receiving end who we talk to beforehand to get them back on.
Yeah, it's a heck of an idea. And John, we appreciate you coming on and explaining it to us. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Good to see you. All right, Conan gives Colbert the harsh truth about late night comedy. Up next in News from the Left.
In 28 years of my show, I never read the news. I didn't even know who was president.
Wounded Warrior Project empowers post 9/11 veterans and their families with life-changing programs and services.
I faced my PTSD, and I'm a better husband and father because of it.
We help warriors get the expert care and support to thrive.
I got involved. I got healthier. I got to be an athlete again.
Through our programs, community, and advocacy, we're proving
anything is possible.
Learn more at woundedwarriorproject.org/connect.
Oh, Sam, not again.
Initiating Daddy's back.
Go!
Sloan & Shield Link alarm system seamlessly automates and manages your home. Professionally installed and maintained. Control your lights, TVs, thermostats, and much more, all from a single convenient app.
At Lumber Liquidators, we have the best prices on flooring, and we guarantee it. Find a lower price, we will beat it with our best price guarantee. We have over 200 stores nationwide. Find yours at lumberliquidators.com. Tell them Tom sent you.
Thanks to Jointivia, I'm back in the swing of things. Wait, $70 for a refill?
You gotta try Single Care. Just look up your prescription, show the coupon at the pharmacy, and save.
See why more people are saving with Single Care.
My name is Mike Hammond, founder of Cigna Relief. Much of my career has been working in construction, and I love the outdoors and horses. That active lifestyle is what has caused my body to hurt. I didn't want to let this affect my family or my life, and that's what motivated me to create a team to build the Cigna Relief Patch. Clinically shown that over 85% felt relief in just 72 hours, with almost half feeling significant relief in just 15 minutes. It's drug-free, reusable, and it comes with a money-back guarantee. Whether it's your neck, back, knee, shoulder, or just aches and pains, this patch can give you your life back. When I gave my best friend a patch with tears in his eyes, he said it was the first time in 16 years he did not hurt. Join the hundreds of thousands who found relief. I'm asking you to try the Cigna Relief Patch today by going to our website. If you're thinking about buying, it means you need one. You have nothing to lose. I promise the patch works.
Total Beats Ultimate Heart Health is the newest innovation from America's best-selling Beats brand. Ultimate Heart Health contains a key ingredient clinically shown to deliver 2 times better blood pressure support, plus CoQ10 for even better heart health. Find Total Beats Ultimate Heart Health at Walmart today.
Hello, everyone. It's President Donald J. Trump, and it's Trump time. Check out this red beauty. It's one of my new watches. Wear it proudly on your wrist, and everyone will know exactly what it's for, who it represents. It's really going to be something special. It's for your favorite president. Get your watch today at gettrumpwatches.com. These make a great gift. It's Trump time. This is the one who never stops. She works around the clock and knows when it's all on the line. Having the right supplies makes all the difference. The industrial-grade products you need. Call, click Grainger.com, or stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Welcome back. Time now for news from the left. Jimmy Kimmel's Sugar High has officially crashed. Kimmel pulled his highest ratings in a decade for his return show last Tuesday night with over 6 million viewers. That was a week ago, wasn't it? You compare that, though, to just 2 nights later on Thursday, he only pulled 2.3 million, which is still a lot higher than he was before he got all popular with this nonsense, but it's a 64% drop from just 2 nights before. We suspect that will continue to go down as people realize, he doesn't have much to offer except for whining politically about Trump, and it's not really funny. Former late-night host Conan O'Brien, who knew how to do this job right, by the way, giving the other politicized nonsense guy in late night some advice as Stephen Colbert loses his show on CBS. Take a listen.
Remember what I told you? I said, take care of late night. If you take care of late night will take care of you.
Yes,
remember?
You did say that, yeah.
I said, don't do anything to ruffle any feathers. I said, and whatever you do, don't speak truth to power.
Yes.
I said cowardice is the way.
Yes.
In 28 years of my show, I never read the news. I didn't even know who was president.
He's saying it in a joking manner, but the message is pretty clear. You screwed the pooch. I mean, all you did, again, was talk to one side of the political aisle in a two-party country. And how long did you think you're going to last doing that at a mainstream, what was supposed to be a mainstream network? He made the point pretty clearly. You could tell Colbert didn't really like hearing that either, even though he did it in a friendly way. And finally, we give to you the president of the American Federation of Teachers, Randi Weingarten.
There is a reason why in Norway, when the Nazis took over Norway, that's why I'm wearing this paperclip. I wear two things now. The American flag, nobody can take patriotism away from me, and a paperclip. What did the teachers in Norway do when there was the Nazi occupation? They started wearing paperclips. Kids started wearing paperclips. Why? To bind people together as community.
I don't know what plan the president has for these teachers unions. He has a plan for all of these different institutions that have been so corrupted by this vile ideology that she epitomizes. But whatever it is, it needs to be implemented. These unions need to get broken up. These freaks need to be tossed out. That is such a ridiculous comment from the head of a teachers union. It's just twisted. All right, coming up, Trump the germaphobe.
Closed captioning brought to you by MagnaLife Knee Pain Relief for pain, stiffness, and inflammation of the knees.
The pain in your knees is real. Here's what real customers have to say about MagnaLife Knee Pain Relief Gel. It has worked wonders. I love it.
Available at your local retailer.
As a cardiologist, when I put my patients on a statin to reduce cholesterol, I also tell them it can deplete their CoQ10 levels. I recommend taking Cunol CoQ10. Cunol has 3 times better absorption than regular CoQ10. Cunol, the brand I trust.
At Balsam Hill, we're crafting joy early this year. For a limited time, get pre-season savings on our beautifully designed lifelike Christmas trees, now made with more sustainable materials. Jumpstart the season and find your holiday spirit early this year at balsamhill.com.
I lost 110 pounds. You couldn't tell at all because of my excess skin. Sono Bello changed that in one visit.
Introducing the new Lift EX, the just one visit, total body transformation everyone is talking about.
I am super happy with my results.
I decided to give Sono Bello a try. Look at me, I have a silhouette. You can see my waist.
Lift EX is Sono Bello's breakthrough 360-degree body lift alternative. Our body contouring experts sculpt, tighten, and lift your stomach, waist, thighs, and backside, all in just one visit with less downtime.
Sono Bello targeted the areas diet exercise could not do. I found me again.
Sono Bello has over 50,000 5-star reviews, and Lift EX is exclusively available at Sono Bello, America's #1 cosmetic surgery specialist. Book your free, personalized consultation today. Easy monthly plans make your best body more affordable than ever.
This year is my year thanks to Sono Bello.
Call Sono Bello for your free consultation today.
If you've been in an accident that wasn't your fault, well, your favorite attorney has a message for you. Collision, calamity, catastrophe? Are you innocent, faultless, above reproach? If you want money, you need an attorney. You need a bulldog. But finding one, it's laborious, it's strenuous, it's stupefying. That's why you gotta call the number on your screen now. They'll help you connect to a legal expert. You have questions, they have answers. They know the legalese, the lingo, the jargon, and the argot. They'll even tell you how much money your case could be worth. 300,000, 2 million, 86,491, all sorts of numbers. Slip and falls, work accidents, car, truck, bus, motorcycle, motorbike, e-bike, tandem bike. These bulldogs will make sure people pay. And if you don't get paid, the attorneys don't get paid, and I don't get paid. So I compel you, I implore you, I beseech you to pick up that phone and call now to see what your case could be worth.
800-741-2390.
All right, finally tonight, just an update. The OMB director indicating that the government is going to be shutting down. Of course, Finity's going to have more on that, but we leave you with a hilarious moment from the president after Secretary Kennedy sneezed earlier today.
The people weren't taking it, I would imagine. They couldn't take it. God bless you, Bobby. I hope I didn't catch COVID just there. Don't you have Paxlovid? What is it? He's got Paxlovid. Give me a Paxlovid immediately.
Funny, Rob, in so many different ways, because you got the Pfizer guy there, which Pfizer makes Paxlovid, and he immediately He doesn't like germs. I can tell you that just from knowing him.
No, it was a cute moment.
Yeah.
We've got Dr. Oz joining us in a few minutes to talk more about the Pfizer angle of that.
Awesome.
A lot happening at the White House today. Thanks,
really
Rob.
Cool. Good to see you.